Alright guys, so this is my 85 points for the day. I'm going up against Matt's French. I thought I would give my Czechoslovaks a chance to ally with their Muslim brothers over here, which are from Iran. So I have an Iranian formation. This is my first completed Iranian tank. It's got the Iranian flag, it's got the numbers on the side, so some decals. And it's got carpets in the back because they used to bring carpets along for prayers when they got deployed outfield. So this formation has got 1 HQ and 2 platoons of 3. And then I have a T-72 Koi for T-72M Koi for the Czechoslovaks. I have got a 1 HQ and 2 platoons of 5 T-72Ms and 1 platoon medium-sized BMP-2 Koi. I have 1 scout platoon. Well, this is one of the things that gets you a lot of discounts in the Czech force. This is 1 point for 2. If you were Soviet, you'd be paying 1 point for 2 BRDMs. And then in support, I also have 1 more of these BMP-1 scouts. A part of the formation is 4 Gophers. And Fred over here is actually on the other one. Let me just move now. And the second part of my list. So the second part of my list is support. These are the infantry for the BMP-2s. I have got 1 Fred Scout. I've got 3 Danas. And I have got 4 Heinz, which are Czechoslovak. So that is my force today. It is pretty good. If they don't have to move, then the chieftains are pretty good stable support. The chieftains have a fairly good profile of RF2, AT-20, FP2 plus brutal guns, and they're accurate. So accurate means that they don't take long range into account considering if they don't move. If they do move, then they do take long range into account. So basically these guys are just sort of sit there, not move and keep firing. I don't know if Matt brought artillery, but if he did, then smoking them would be a good counter. So anyway, let's go see what Matt brought. Okay guys, so 85 points, Matt's bringing them today. He has got a VAB Koi, his HQ is here in the front. He has 2 full-size platoons with the LRACs as well as the Apilas.
No Apilas.
Might be that. No Apilas?
No Apilas. Milan plus 2 LRACs.
Oh, no AT-21. I see charges incoming. Okay, so 2 LRACs.
2 LRACs.
And 1 Milan each. And then he's got 1 Milan platoon of 6. Very, very friendly player Matt is. So he's got 4 VABs per platoon and 3 VAB transports for the Milans. And Matt is a very valuable customer. Look at him, he bought all these nice resin VABs. Okay, and then on top of that, he also has the AMX 10s.
10s are here.
Oh, AMX 10s are here. These 4, yeah, 1 platoon?
1 platoon of 4.
1 platoon of 4. And then you have got 2 platoons of AMX 30s, 3, and then HQ. Of course, that's not enough AT to take on the Czechoslovaks, so he's also bringing the 4 Mephistos to boot. He has got, in AA, he has got 2 they're like Rolands, right?
Just Rolands, I mean.
Yeah, but they're on a different chassis, right? And then after that, what are these called?
AMX 13 DCA.
EMX 13 DCAs, that's his tracked AA. And then last but not least, he has his gunslingers and he has got his mirages. So Matt, take us through. What is your tactics for today? What are you hoping to achieve?
In the typical sense of the word, not run away, as the French tend to do. I am surprised at how many 5+ morale checks I seem to pass and how many 4+ firepower checks I seem to fail. So Ben's probably pretty happy at that. Generally speaking, my sole idea is to try and get on the flanks and hit hard where I can do the most damage, because the French don't particularly last very long if they are in a stand-up fight.
Alright guys, this is the table we're playing today. We did roll off because, as Matt said, that very last line he said actually threw me off, where he said he's trying to get to the flank. So he actually chose to play his battle plan today as attack, which is quite interesting because I'm definitely attack. He chose attack. So we rolled off and we got the mission breakthrough, and he won the dice off, so he is the attacker. I'm on the defense today with my Czechoslovakian force. So
Happy Reagan.
so we'll see how this turns out, but basically I need to now choose on this table two quarters to defend from, and then he will get to place his army in one of those quarters, assaulting into the other. So just off the top of my head, I'm thinking this side is pretty good, and that side's pretty good. It gives me some elevated ground to fire from.
But open.
Yeah, but open. Yeah, so I think I'll have to think about it a little bit. Nah, actually, I'll choose these two sides. Yeah.
These two,
Yeah, these two. So now you can choose which one to assault from. Sorry? Alright guys, so this is the deployment. I chose two quarters to deploy. So over here I have 3 chieftains set up with my 1 chieftain HQ. I have Fred as my observer over there. And then let's go over to the other quarter. So that's just 1 platoon so far. And then over here I have my 4 gophers at the back, hugging behind the houses. That's my T-72 Czechoslovakian HQ. And then I have got 5 T-72Ms pointing out the woods. I have got 3 Danas, and I've got my infantry for my BMP-2s in front. I chose to put my BMP-2 transports in ambush because I think that's what could do the most damage. It's also got the most shots if you look at my lists altogether. The French deployment is in the small box. He doesn't have artillery, so he doesn't have to hide that. He has 4 Mephistos starting in the corner. He has got RC-10s over here. And then he has got his AMX-30s. This is 1 platoon, isn't it? Yeah, 1 platoon HQ and then 1 platoon. And then he's got his VABs for his 6 Milans that are hiding out of those woods over there. And then he's got another bunch of VABs just next to the clock tower, and the infantry are inside the building and on the road itself. My artillery marker is on the 2nd floor of that building, so he will probably move off it. And then that's all we've got for deployment. And then we'll see how this turns out on turn 1. So strategically, what I did was I placed the chieftains there to try and force him into a position where he doesn't want to fight me on that end over there. His deployment seems to have kind of followed what I wanted him to do, although the number of shots that's going to be coming my way could very well very badly damage the platoon or kill all of the T-72s, depending on what he shoots at me. But he's got, if he gets lucky with the Mephistos or the Milans, he could very well kill the platoon. So in terms of gravity, center of gravity of this conflict, he definitely has the upper hand. He has got 8, and then he's got another 14, 22, plus another 6 Milans, 28, 32. He's got 32 shots flying in my direction, of which if he hits just 11, he'd probably kill them. So it really depends on what he prioritizes to do. Although his last platoon in ambush, his last platoon in reserve will be his VAB 2nd platoon. So we'll see how this goes.
Alright guys, hi, I am Matt. You've probably seen me before on the show, playing the only French army in Singapore basically. So the current plan for turn 1 is, because I've realized that my army effectively doesn't have much to deal with front armor 17 and higher reliably. So those Iranian chieftains hiding in the back, apart from my Mephistos, I don't really have anything to deal with them. So instead, I'm going to turn my attention to the next closest target, or T-72s and Czech infantry. So if I eliminate most of these vehicles right now, and then at least damage the infantry somewhat, I have a bit more free reign to be creative with the army basically. Once I get him sweating a bit with dead stuff, with any luck, I'll be able to push through quite easily.
Okay guys, so this is top of turn 1, we're done. Over here he moved, he didn't move all his tanks. His tanks have all moved because he finished his shoot and scoot. But all these tanks and the Milans opened up and the Mephisto. So first, the Mephisto killed 1 T-72 and I think the rest of the shots came from the RCs, killing another 2, bailing 1. He failed his last morale, so he ran off, but the Milans also did 2 kills. So in total there was 1 bailed left, and that guy ran off once he had the raw morale at the end of the shooting step. He managed to pass his shoot and scoot for these 3 platoons as well as the Mephisto. The infantry have moved up and they fired shots into the infantry. They hit me twice with what was left from the AMX-30s as well as the infantry, but I passed all my saves, so nobody had to be killed. But the T-72s are dead. I have my HQ over here, which will have to roll a remount, and that's a 5 up. Oops. Nope. And then I've got reserves, which is just 1 single dice. No, so they're not in yet. So I think in terms of what I need to do is I will be popping my ambush. I'll be trying to kill as many of these guys as I can. What is integrated to the AMX-30?
What do you mean integrated?
What is part of the formation?
Just AMX-30s.
No, these guys are not part of it.
That's my diff support.
What is the front armor on these?
You really asking that question?
0, is it?
2.
2. Okay, well, okay, they're gonna die.
I know that.
Alright, so let's go to it, and then tactics-wise, I think I will be trying to blunt some of his armor. The question for me is whether I want to use the BMP-2s. What's in the VAB for the company?
Milans and VAB infantry, that's it.
Okay, so I can't kill. So basically, what I'm doing right now is I'm doing analysis of his formations. If you realize, his VAB has got the Milans, which are going to be hard to kill. Whereas the tanks are going to be a lot easier, and there are only 7 of them. So if I get lucky, I could possibly just swipe the formation off the board with killing 1 platoon and the HQ. No way, I need to have no platoons in good spirit, so I need to kill as much as I can. Yeah, we'll see how it goes, but I don't think the Chieftains are going to be in range now, so I'll probably keep them. My range is only 40, so I don't know if I can.
Oh, you're just up. I measured as well.
Yeah, so we'll see.
40 would have been here.
Alright guys, a bit of a mixed bag with the shooting. Some stuff worked, some stuff didn't. I tried to range in over here to hit the infantry as well as the VABs. I failed on all 3 attempts on a 3+ with my observer. Yep. Excuse me. My chieftain HQ failed to cross-check on a 2+, so he stayed in the woods. Iranians, right? And then over here, I have my BMP ambush. They popped out over here and they fired in. They managed to bail 3 of the RCs, and 1 of them died to the RPGs who fired first. These 3 RPGs fired out. We killed 2 of the tanks here and bailed 1, the unit leader. We also managed to kill 1 of these AMX-30s and bail 1 more. So why don't we start with your morales from this side over here, the RX. No, you morale first.
Oh yeah, see they run, right?
Yeah, see they run. So 5+ on this. Shit. This.
Nope.
Okay, so they run. Hey, this turns into a wreck, and then this guy runs.
So ref removes it.
Yes, and then your last unit. Do you want to join?
It means they run, right?
Yes. If you whatever happens next round, you're gonna have to roll a
formation morale check.
Yes.
Regardless.
But if your HQ is dead, then well, I guess it doesn't really matter.
Yeah, I'm going to roll.
So you're joining, not joining?
Not joining.
Not joining. Okay, so it's just a 5 up. Nope. So he runs.
Formation morale next.
No, he's bailed, right? So he becomes a wreck. Yeah. Okie dokie.
That's the end of my AMX-30s.
Okie dokie. You do get formation morale for them.
Yep. Now or later?
It's actually later, but it's going to be. Just going to go real quick over to this, guys. So this is something that I know came up in the Facebook group about whether you can put tanks on wreck tanks. Legally speaking, you can. And there's actually nothing wrong with doing it. Now, for those people who say it doesn't make sense or whatever, I think you could just ask your opponent to remove the tank below if you think it's just going to scratch paint or something like that. And do remember, this is all abstract. 16 inches is supposed to be 400 meters in this game, so that tank is not actually taking out that much space. Conversely, if you played it that you cannot go on these tanks, then I can tell you that as a competitive player, people will put their transports in front of their infantry, they will die, and then you cannot ever assault me. Because I will move 1.5 inches back from that piece of terrain. And then you're never going to be able to assault. So do think of it when, whenever things are being discussed, remember that if somebody can game it, they will. So so that's why you can. Of course, if it's a competitive setting and it weren't my models, I would have asked Matt, can I put my stuff on top? If not, you can just remove it. We know it's bulletproof cover underneath it. So anyway, we're now going to turn 2. Reserves, please. Formation morale first. 4 up.
I'm safe.
My God. 3 remounts.
4 up.
Yep.
4 up. Reroll.
Nope. Last guy.
No.
So just one guy's back in.
All good.
And then reserves. No, not reserves.
Air Force.
Air Force, yes. 4+ for the Mirage. I got very lucky it didn't come in last round.
You want to count that or you want to reroll?
I think it's cocked.
Fair enough. Good call.
Okay, you need to...
We're not doing V2 yet, right?
No. V2 is 40%. So yeah, no reserves yet. It's on you, yeah.
So, beginning of turn 2, my Air Force typically didn't arrive. So now, as you can see, I've lost quite a lot of my armor component. I still have my RCs somehow miraculously staying behind. I don't know how they're staying behind, but you get the idea. Mm-hmm. Infantry have moved up. I'm going to do what little I can to try and shift the balance and power in this corner. The rest of the plan will be just to try and eliminate anything that can actually kill whatever I have left on the table, which basically would be summarized as BMP2s.
So you're going to aim at the BMP2s and not the infantry?
Well, no, I mean, I'm going to play around with whatever equipment I have.
Okay. All right.
Yep, that's basically it. Yep.
So we're now done with shooting phase. We're done with attacker turn 2. And why is that building there?
Sorry?
Oh, that's the top. That's the roof. Yeah. Right. Okay. All right. So what Matt did this round was he fired with his RC and then he did a shoot and scoot back. He killed one guy who was standing out here, which was a mistake on my part. And then after that, nobody else died. Although he did pin me. He did like 9 hits on them. He had a couple of firepowers, but I think my saves were pretty good. Yeah. And then over here, the VABs came up, fired. HQ fired and then shoot and scoot behind his wrecks of his dead friends, dead comrades. Over here, he then fired in here with all his infantry. VABs also fired in, didn't do very much. It was not a fantastic round for him. And then the other thing that he did was all his Milans fired in here, killing 1, 2, 3 BMP2s and bailing 4. I still have 2, so I don't have to roll morale, thankfully, because if I did, that would be pretty bad. So as they lie, 4 remounts.
Wow.
3. Wow. The Czechs are on form today.
They are indeed.
Especially the infantry, they haven't died yet. Rallying the infantry, they are rallied.
I don't know what to say now. I got nothing. I got none. The amount of 5
reserves. Wow.
I got nothing.
My God, guys. Oh.
I got nothing.
After that Afghanistan game, this is good payback. This is good payback.
All the people on the receiving end of this thing.
I'm so sorry, Matt. You don't play very often, and I'm doing this to you.
Yeah.
I almost feel bad. Almost. Okay, guys, we're done with defender turn 2. Yes. Matt has been keeping track. I have rolled 17 sixes since the start of the round. So it was. Yeah, so I did range in the first round on 2s, and that was pretty bad. And then if you count the last game, I guess the dice are not doing that bad. Matt is unimpressed.
happy.
I ranged in with the Danas over here. We basically wiped out the platoon. Sorry, he's got 5 guys left, so it's fine. But I moved the Gophers over because I figured out that if he gets his air in, it's going to come in over there. It's going to blow out all those tanks. Over here in this end, you guys saw the remounts. They were pretty disgusting. The BMPs got back in. We killed the HQ for the AMX-30, and we killed this guy. You want to roll your morale for him?
5s?
5s, yep.
No!
So there you go. Yes, they're Rex. And then over here, the infantry fired 14 shots of the PKMs into the French in the open, killing off the rest of them. There's just one guy out of the 6 that were there in the start. The chieftains came on over here for my reserves, and the T-72s came on over there. But the T-72s that came in on over there are actually out of range to fire in. So I don't know why I put them there, but anyway. Chieftains over here fired at infantry and killed 1. So basically,
I saved that one.
oh, you saved, yeah. So I basically threw everything at the infantry. I think they're pretty much gone. I don't think they have enough assaulting power left. But yeah, so now we're going to attack a turn. Okay, your reserve rolls. Nope, and then your Air Force. Air Force is in. All right, Air Force is in. So Air Force is in. He's got his Gazelles. He probably could knock out the Gophers. We'll see how it goes.
All right, so turn 3. Oops. Okay. So, seeing as the Air Force has decided to show up after 3 turns, logically the only place it should go, the heavy armored push coming in from the top of the table. And that's where I'm going to put it. My Gazelles will come in and try and swoop in and get rid of the Gophers to try and give at least a little bit more respite for the Mirages. I know that the Gazelles are probably not going to do very much, however. And that's basically it. Plan now is to salvage whatever I can left. I mean, if I can get there, it'll be great.
Yeah. It depends how this goes.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So we're doing his air now. His Mirages have come in. He's going to just go ahead and open fire. He's going to range in first, but he's going to get 5 T-72s, 3 Chieftains, and the Fred OP. Roll your range in over here, please.
You got it?
He needs a 3+. Yes. Ah, shit.
I guess it finally does turn. Huh?
Okay, before you do that, my 5 T-72s are going to open fire with their
Do your Chieftains have 762A?
No. That's 2 hits with the Dushkas from the T-72s. Roll your saves. Just so you guys know, the ranging was supposed to happen after this, but we'll just...
Also happen after. Okay.
Yeah, we conduct defensive fire first.
So it's 5 to save. I can't see one. Oh, kill.
1 dead. And then the Chieftains have got just the normal AAMGs, which are 6+. There are 4 of them, 3 hits. Saves, please. Yep.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. Okay, just over here.
1 save. Roll to kill 2. Can't see that one.
That is a 6, so 1 dead. All right.
It's actually very good shooting for a 7.62 AMG.
Yeah, I think we need to change it, but we'll see. I don't think
A 7.62 MG get pointed at sky can.
not even a 7, even a 0.5. It's not.
It's
yeah,
hard. It's hard.
It's crazy hard, and these guys fly fast. Right. So anyway.
So be it.
Okay. So anyway, go ahead and roll your 2 hit. So basically everything now is +1 because you have two planes.
Oh, it's not reroll.
No, it's not reroll. Reroll is if you have 1, which is really bad.
That's really bad.
But yeah, so just go ahead and these guys first. 4+, 3 of them.
So you want me to do together? Because I can separate dice.
Oh, okay, sure. So the Africa core dice will be the T-72s, and the French dice will be the Iranians.
1 hit on the Iranian. Oh, that's not very good.
And 1 hit on the T-72.
That's very bad.
So 1 hit on the Chieftain, and on the T-72. Both fail. Roll firepower.
3+.
Both dead. No.
One bail,
Chieftain
one
is bailed, and the Fred, you gotta hit Fred.
Oh yes, I do need to hit Fred.
4+. No save. What the hell? Firepower.
Nope, bailed.
Bailed.
Oh,
Wow.
that's pretty. Yeah, I told you my dice don't like doing firepower.
Roll morale for Fred right now. Yeah, he runs. Oh no, 4 is a
It's 4.
pass. Yeah, 4 is a
Yeah.
pass. He just doesn't remount.
Oh, that's terrible. My goodness.
Wow, that was a bad round of shooting. It's a bad round of... The Gazelle seed worked perfectly well.
But
Yeah, the Mirages didn't do very well. In case you guys are wondering. Okay, so let's just go through the round of what happened. Are you firing anything else?
I mean, I got infantry that can shoot, but I don't think I
Okay.
can do anything.
Okay, guys, we're done with... you guys saw the shooting. Matt has decided to call it a round because it looks like it's just not gonna happen. I will roll my morale for my chieftain. He stays. The morale for the Gophers, which were... Oh, wow. Okay, so 6-1.
Well done.
A very, very lucky game on my end. So over here, yeah, I think turn 1 was a little bit bad for me. But then turn 2 was fucking amazing. Like 17 sixes. Everything. Like if you guys are watching my back reps, my Czechoslovakian infantry, they get pinned and they never come up. This one, they didn't even get pinned for a round. They got pinned and then they jumped right back up and they just started fighting. So
and all the BMT2s remounted, and all the MT72 remounted.
yeah. So I think Matt was going out on a limb here today to put me off guard. He went on the attack, and personally, he was sharing some thoughts, and one of them was that over here, I actually was very close to formation morale on turn 1, because if he had taken the Gophers, the T-72s, and the infantry, he would have forced me into formation morale. And he did manage to bail my HQ on turn 1. So had he put his infantry not in reserve, let's say he put his DCAs or something, and he lined this entire stretch up here with all his infantry and all his VABs behind, and then all the tanks behind that, I think he would have possibly cleared me, because he would have had 42 shots of just FAMAS infantry, all on 5+ FP. Then he'd have 4 LRACs, he'd have 2 Milans, he'd have 6 Milans from the Milan squad, he'd have how many VABs? He'd have like 11 VABs.
Yeah, 11, 12 if you include the CO.
Yeah, which would have been another 36 shots. He might actually have forced this to a point where I'll be in danger. And on turn 2, if he clears it, with all the T-72s dead, he kills the HQ and the Gophers, it's game. So it could have happened, but give Matt a break. It's his first time playing attack, and I think he wasn't really familiar with the mission as well, or how to use infantry in attack, because he's always been on the defensive. But yeah, any other thoughts?
I think Ben has covered pretty much most of it. Maybe I should have gone with a bit more of my gut feel, in a sense that I probably should have just gone for broke. That seems to be how all of my lists have worked thus far. If anybody remembers my old Panzer IV Puma list, that was go for broke. My French list seems to be go for broke. So yeah, that seems to be a theme with me. And I think I just need to learn how to better put my assets into a good effect, effectively, for like a better term. If only my Air Force was a little bit more reliable.